Career cannot guarantee happiness for you, but there is one thing that can guarantee happiness for you. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam was once asked about this holy verse. من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فَلَنُحْيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبَةً. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this holy verse says, Allah will give you a pleasant life, a life in which you feel fulfilled, happy, satisfied. Imam Ali alayhi salam was asked how? What is it that God will give you to feel that satisfaction? Imam Ali alayhi salam in this beautiful hadith, he says one word, al-qana'ah. Satisfaction, contentment. You want to be satisfied? You want to be happy? Be content with your life. According to one hadith, once Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to Prophet Dawood alayhi salam, أوحى الله عز وجل إلى داود وضعت الغنى في القناعة وهم يطلبونها في كثرة المال فلا يجدوها. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Prophet Dawood, I have placed richness in contentment. And people are trying to find richness in wealth, in a lot of money, they will never find it. This is a promise from Allah. Tell us the best treasure is contentment. The richest treasure is contentment. The biggest kingdom is contentment. You want to be a king, you can. Describe to us that the best way to achieve relief in your life and protect yourself from stress and depression is to be content. One hadith from Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam states, Al-qana'atu rahatul abdan. You want your body to relax, to protect yourself from stress? Be content. In another hadith, the Imam alayhi salam states, Man qani'a lam yaghtam. If you have contentment, you will not feel so depressed. Let me share with you some practical ways to develop contentment, my dear brothers and sisters. One way is to think of the blessings Allah has given you and to actually write them. Psychologists, one beautiful word of advice that they give is take out a piece of paper and actually write down what you have. What do you have in your life? You have health, you have a home, you have actual steps. The second practical step, my dear brothers and sisters, is to remind yourself that if I have more wealth, what makes me think that I will be a happier person? It tells you that billionaires are much more miserable than you think they are. There are certain struggles. Once you have $1 billion, you're in the league of the billionaires. Now, you try to compare yourself to other billionaires. Yeah, but that billionaire has 10 billion. You feel this feeling of jealousy in your... That's number one. Number two, you always worry about losing that wealth. One of the common causes of stress amongst millionaires and billionaires is that they're always worrying that they will lose that money. They're constantly worried about that. How do I save it? How do I not? He says in one country, I won't mention you the name of that country, he says there was a millionaire, a businessman. He had seen a person, I think at a community center or someplace. The person was kind of struggling, he was kind of poor. That millionaire or billionaire, that rich person told him, look, let me ask you a question. He wanted to remind him that the life that you have, believe me, is better than the life that I have. He told him, what do you have for breakfast? The billionaire is asking the poor guy. He wasn't, starving poor, but he was kind of poor. He was a little bit struggling. Let's say he was on the lower end of the middle class. He told him, what do you have for breakfast in the morning? He said, usually I have some bread and cheese and tea. That's my breakfast. He told him, do you enjoy your breakfast? He said, to be honest, yeah. I do look forward to it. When I wake up in the morning, I have that tea and I have that bread, that hot bread and cheese. I do enjoy it. He told him, let me tell you something. For the last 20 years, I have at least 7, 8 foods prepared for me, special foods, types of omelets, I don't know, whatever you have on the menu for breakfast, it's prepared for me every day at 6 a.m. But the last 20 years, I have not enjoyed my breakfast, and I'll tell you why. I have a lot of stocks in gold, silver, stocks, businesses, what have you. Now, I wake up early because I have all these stocks, all these businesses to manage. I wake up at 5:30, I prepare myself. At 6 a.m. is my breakfast time. At 6 a.m. I open the radio or the TV in order to hear the update on the stock market. So as I'm having my breakfast, and I could have 7, 8 types of foods in front of me, but as I'm hearing the market update, I see, okay, the stock for gold went down 10 cents. In my mind, I start doing calculations. I own this much stock, so I lost today $500,000. This stock went down, I lost this much money. This stock went up, I made that much money. Every single day for 20 minutes, my mind is preoccupied with all of this. Suddenly I say, I finished my breakfast, I did not enjoy it a bit. I didn't even know what I ate. He says, that's my life. And you said you enjoy your bread and cheese. You're luckier than me. What is the source of dissatisfaction in your life? If you don't feel content with your car, why? Examine the root cause. Why don't you feel content with your car? Treat the root, treat the cause, then you will find contentment and happiness in your life. What is it that's bothering you? What is it that's bothering you? If your car is functional, it works. Okay, sure, there are better cars out there. If this is the source of dissatisfaction, ask yourself why. Why am I dissatisfied about a piece of car? Why? Let's say you have a final exam, and this month in May is the month of exams for a lot of college students and high school students. Let's say you go to your final exam. That will determine your career. You go to your examination hall, you have 1 hour to take the exam. The professor comes, he distributes the exams, and then he says you have 60 minutes to take this exam. Then you see some of the students, one of the students, he pulls out his pen and he's trying to take his exam, and he tells the one sitting next to him, look at my pen, it's so shiny and fancy, it looks wonderful. His friend takes out another pen. He says, no, my pen looks nicer than your pen. And then a third one takes out a full box of pens. He says, no, I've got 20 pens. And they're bickering and arguing about who has the nicest pen, when suddenly the 60 minutes are over. Now you think this is a silly example, right? This is us, my brothers and sisters. This is life. Allah put us here for 60 years. Let's switch 60 minutes with 60 years. Inshallah 90 years for all of you here. Inshallah 100 years. Allah has given you 60 years. And the clock is ticking. And what are we fighting over in this life, really? Ask yourself, if I'm not satisfied with the materialism that I have, does it really matter? I have to leave one day. I'm departing this world sooner or later. Does it really matter? Does it make a difference if I have a car that's worth 30,000 or a car that's worth 80,000? Does it really make a difference? If Allah has given you, by all means, buy the more expensive car and thank Allah for that. But if you don't have that car, don't feel dissatisfied. You're not losing on anything. What are you losing, really?